Coach. Thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now running right through it. A big play there on the first play of the game. 46 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and learning all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Luck. Ebron caught left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Luck on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now a play fake, and it's Luck. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing again is Luck. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he has paid it off in a big, big way.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Fournette proven to be even more dangerous this year than as a rookie as the Jags come up 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Back to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcel Darius with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Locke. Looking for White on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to air it out for, and that's caught inside the 35. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Long. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Back to throw. Love. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Luck. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's true.
That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass.
He's got daylight. 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down.
How about that scramble by Andrew Luck? Sometimes we forget just how big, strong, and, yes, fast Andrew Luck is. When he came out of college at the Combine, shocked everyone, ran a sub-4 840.
And he grew up a big soccer guy over in Europe, so he knows how to... Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. A handoff. Devontae Freeman. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, Luck. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. 12
yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42. To throw is Luck. Caught left side by Hilton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Here we go. Watch that in. Tight end's right. 12. Tempo.
Now a 1st down throw. Luck. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing is long. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Being chased out left. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
Takes it in for a Colts score. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are in for 6.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get 1, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep, and the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Moncrief, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars continue to roll. Lambeau on for the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And a route is on here in this first half. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game.
And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Well, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
12.
To throw on second down is Locke. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now it's Love. Complete to Hilton. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
But the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside. Make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score. And it's for pride now, but the Colts get a bit closer. Extra point safely through. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Locke. Jackson. With a great push up front, he picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
Monday. 60. 12.
Now Luck. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to air it out for Dorn. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Agnew. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Brandon, these cornerbacks have their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
After the interception, it's Love. And his pass incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long.
12.
Here's Luck. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner, toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston. Then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. He gives it to Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Luck now to throw. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's Luck. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs.
I was going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Damian Ratley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. Lambo to add on the extra point. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Looking deep for Hilton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. So they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
The Colts on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Danico Autry getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down again.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with him.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And the Colts getting ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
4 down.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Block on 3rd down. He hits White, complete. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
622. 11. On.
Out of the gun, Luck. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
11Z.
3rd and long, it's Luck. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Desperation time for Luck on fourth down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off, it's J.J. Wilcox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Luck. Steps away to his left. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And the pressure gets to him again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He can run for it, and he will. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Oh, the lonely punter inside their own 20 figured for sure they were punting this away. They did not, and the move does not pay off.
You think someone put up the stop signal when he started to trot over the sideline? Nope, no, son. We're going to go for it here. Usually when you see a team do these types of things, it's because they're so dominant that they don't believe that they can get beat. This is much more of what you see in a high school game, maybe some of those mismatched college games. But in the NFL, any given Sunday is a phrase they take seriously. And guess what? That was probably going to backfire.
And his throw here is incomplete.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily The coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in? I
do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a 1st down throw. Luck. Flush to his right. On the crossing route. Complete. That's Thomas. A big play there for Indy. And even 60 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well,
and now it's blocked. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Jags. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before...
But I think the ball's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, Dorsett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because...
You're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Successful start to the drive. 17 yards. It moves the sticks. On 1st and 10, Locke. Buying time to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Luck on 1st down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. From the red zone now, Locke. He goes underneath to Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Go ahead. Bullshit! 53's the mic. 53.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. That's caught. It's Thomas. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Hey, easy. Mike, 53, Mike.
Throwing again is Locke. And now here is another interception. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. So a poor return exacerbated by a holding call makes this 1st and 10 back inside their own 5. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Trying to lay one up. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space there. They elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.